And today's class is called A Lightning Flash of Vitality. A lightning flash of vitality. For us to have a high energy day, it's important to stretch and to move the body in the morning after a long night's sleep. Nature is always in balance, so a long period of rest is followed by a period of movement. So our movement class today is Rise and Shine Yoga and Qigong, integrating techniques from both yoga and Qigong. It's about a 30 or 40-minute class designed to get you up and get you going in the morning. Sacred Sunday is always open, and this is a great class to bring friends to let others know about who are interested in connecting with these practices. This class is also designed to harmonize the body and the mind so that we can be more in the reality of the present moment as it is. So we will be using a yoga mat today because there's some floor work. Our practice begins with a short flow for the core, a flow for the upper body, a flow for the lower body, and then a breath awareness meditation. So we'll come to stand to begin, rubbing the hands together. Take a deep breath in and let it out with a sigh. Ah, shaking out your hands, breathing in through the nose, and once again out with a sigh. Ah, shaking the arms, the elbows, the shoulders, breathing in and out with a sigh. Ooh, shaking a leg and shaking the other leg. With the feet a little wider than hip width apart and the knees soft, we begin with knocking on the door of life, turning to the left and to the right, letting the arms be completely relaxed so that they tap or bump into your body wherever they reach, the lower back, the hips, the abdominal area. And again, breathe in through your nose, huge breath, and let it out with a sound or a sigh. Ah. Breathing in. Ah. Ah. Try to be a little looser in the upper body and a little more steady in the lower body. The legs are like tree trunks, rooted into the ground. The knees are strong. We're not twisting in the knees, we're letting the turn be in the back, especially the lower back. Another breath in and out with a sigh. And relax back to the middle. Inhale, reach the hands up, hook the thumbs, reach for the ceiling with your fingers, pressing down with the heels, and sigh it out. Whew. And then looping the shoulders. And then the head down and up to one side, lowering the chin and lifting the chin. Good. Ah, let there be a gentle smile on your face, or maybe a big smile. And then to the hips we go, spiraling out, circling the waist. Ah, it is a good day today. Let this present moment be enough. Moving those circles as large as they want to be. And then a little bit smaller, and a little smaller, and a little smaller, until just the hips are moving, tipping in the various directions, getting right into that low back, and letting them get really small. And then the other way, tiny circles at first, spiraling outward. Letting them get larger and larger. Moving the upper body as well. Full circles. And then a little smaller. And a little smaller. And once you're pretty much in the middle, just the hips are tilting in different directions to get right into the low back. And then pause in the center, relax the hands, and find that ocean breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, making a little sound, a little whisper in the back of the throat. And again, relax the face. Enjoy this process. We'll be bringing lots of energy and vitality into the body that will last you throughout the day. So find your gratefulness for this opportunity and let it manifest on your face. All right, and let's shake it all out one more time. Shake, 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 shake the arms, shake the legs, let the heels tap the floor lightly. Okay. Okay, so core flow. So come on down to your back. You're welcome to lay a blanket out on the floor if you'd like. I'll be talking you through it. You don't have to look at the screen during this. So don't worry about that so much. Let yourself become comfortable on the floor to get into your own experience here. And first, bring the knees into the chest, squeezing, lacing your hands across the shins as you squeeze the knees in. Don't pull too hard, just feel the sensation of compression in the front of the thigh. And then start to make some circles with the knees. Hands can be laced or they can be on the knees. Relax your face. Let your eyes be soft and wide. And then start to rock forward and backwards, rolling out the spine. And then coming back to flat on your back, let's do spinal twist. So with both knees above the hips, let them roll over to the side, lay down on the ground, and then let the shoulders open back up as much as they would like. If there's a strain in the shoulder, you can keep your hands on the lower ribs, and you can look up or you can look away from the knees, only if that feels great today. And then take a few deep ocean breaths, guiding your attention to where in your body you're noticing the sensations. And then come on back up and over to the other side. Knees up and over, laying them down, and then opening the shoulders back up and looking up towards the ceiling or the sky. Hand on the outside of the legs, lower hand on the ribs, and breathe. And then come on back to the center. Now, first, lace your hands in front of the knees. We'll activate the core now. And as you draw your knees towards you, you resist. So you're pulling your knees towards you while pushing the knees away so that you don't move. And you can feel your lower body, your back and your hips and your legs engaged. Breathe here. Don't go too hard. And if you want to go a little bit further, you lift the head, feeling your core. And if that hurts your neck, then head on the ground is just fine. And then switch around. Now the hands go in front of the knees, and you're doing the opposite. So now you're pushing your knees away from you while pulling your knees towards you so that they don't move, and you feel your core activate. And then again, lift that head and feel your body quiver as that core wakes up. Ocean breath, gentle smile on the face. And relax. And let the legs extend out on the floor for a moment. Let's pause here, feel the feelings. Reach those hands overhead, get long, switch the hands away from the heels. Open up on the floor. And then coming on back. Now, from the knees up in the air again, you can do bicycle or the piston. So you're moving one foot away from you and the other foot away from you, either with the head and shoulders on the floor or lift it up if you want to go for it. So keep your low back pressed into the floor. Your navel is pressing towards the floor and move those legs. Breathe vigorously. Move lots of breath. Really get this pumping. If it hurts your neck, keep the head down. And relax. Let the hands, legs fall to the floor. Take a breath in. Relax the whole body completely. Feel within. And then bend the knees. Now come on, roll over onto the floor, and we'll do the upper body flow. So we're going to do child's pose, then cobra, then downward dog. So first, child's pose. Knees are mat width apart, and let yourself move back. You're welcome to put something under your hips or something under your knees or something under your forehead as you melt down, forehead to the floor, letting your body be between the knees. Hands can be out in front of you or next to you, whatever is comfortable for your shoulders. And then breathe in, and when you breathe out, make a humming sound like you're trying to vibrate your forehead with the letter M sound. So breathe in through the nose and then Mm. 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 And then start to slide forward, coming down to your front. You can work with a low cobra or the high cobra. So down on your front, the hands are right under the shoulders, and you curl up the upper back, peeking forward, and lower back down. Or you can start to straighten the arms, letting some compression move into that lower back, keeping the hips flat down on the ground, and let your back bend, either up high or down low, or even on your elbows is fine too, the Sphinx version. Find a version of these that you're feeling something and it's not too intense. And then once you're there, a few ocean breaths. And then lower back down. You can let your feet go left and right as you release your back. Be very gentle with your low back, please, today. And then again, your version, lift a little or come up to the elbows or lift the elbows, straightening the arms. Ocean breath. And lower back down. You can bring your forehead to your hands. And once again, let your feet come up in the air and just move left and right. Release the back. And then come back up to hands and knees pose, tabletop. And then walk your hands out to the front of your mat, the front of your space. Tuck your toes under and shift the hips back so you're in the longest child pose that you can. And from there, start to lift the knees into the downward dog. In Qigong, this one's called mountain. And bending one knee and then the other knee, letting the heel reach to the ground and trying to keep your back straight. So your ears are right between your shoulders and your hips are reaching for the sky and your hands are spread out fully and pressing into the ground firmly. And then ocean breath. And then come on back down, hands and knees. From here, we'll do the cat-cow, lifting the spine up to the ceiling and then melting your heart down towards the ground. Letting your whole back arch and flex. All right. Now your choice. So you can either do that little sequence we just did of the cobra and then the downward facing dog for another work for your back. Or if you want to go challenge by choice here, a little bit more vigorous, you can do this one that's from the 5 Tibetans, which we're going to be practicing in an upcoming Sunday. So this one, you go from downward facing dog, and then with a powerful core engagement, you move forward to a high push-up position, and then let the hips lower towards the ground, wrapping the shoulder blades around the back. And then the next breath, the hips go back up. So only do this if it feels great for your back and if your core can hold you. Okay, so it's this upward dog version, downward dog version. If this is too much for you today, then just do the downward dog and then bring your knees down and lower down and do that cobra. Okay, with the hips flat on the ground. So really, but you have to choose the back version that you want. Back safe is knees down, lower down, cobra. And then the one that you do if you can really hold your core strength is from this. This is one of the rites of rejuvenation, this version. So do about 10, your choice. And then when you feel complete, come on back down for the cat-cow, knees down, and release your back. Up and down, or left and right version, cat-cow. And then come on down flat to the ground. We'll do one more strengthening exercise. This is for the back. This one's called locust pose or flying pose. So options here, you're down on the front. You can lift one foot a few inches off the ground in the opposite hand, a few inches off the ground, strengthening your back. And then switch, lift the other foot a few inches and the other hand a few inches. And then switch. If you want to go a little further, you do both hands and both feet at the same time. I'll stay with the alternates today. Keep your hips flat on the ground. You're only using your lower back strength to lift just a few inches. And when you feel complete with that, forehead can be on the ground or your hands. Lift the feet up in the air by bending the knees, and then windshield wiper the knees, the feet back and forth. And then come back to hands and knees pose. And now we'll roll up the stand. So you tuck your toes under, shift yourself back so that you're on your feet in a crouch. And then start to roll up, walking your hands up the legs. Coming back to stand. Reaching for the ceiling. Getting long, leaning back slightly, strong core again. And then come down and forward into a forward fold one more time. Melting down. This is the dangling pose or the standing forward fold. So bend your knees as much as you need to. Let your head release. Let your hands touch the ground or your shins or each other. And then ocean breath here, opening the back body. And then you can roll on up to stand. Whew. Let your blood pressure stabilize here. All right. Good. Let's collect the chi. Inhale, sweep the hands up to the side, palms to the sky, and then exhale, let them slide down in front of you. And again, simple circles, feeling present to everything that is within and without. And relax. Whew. Loosen your shoulders and your neck. Find that inner and outer smile. This is a good moment. Continuing for our lower body flow now, we'll do two different lunges. So turning to the short side of your mat, step one foot forward, the other foot back, and then come up on the toes on that back foot with some width between your feet. And from here, you can move up and down like your body's an elevator, bending both knees and finding some opening in the front of that thigh. So the front thigh is working and the back thigh is being stretched. They're working together. Now use that active core strength that you have to step forward, and then active core strength to step back. And again, with the other foot now, some width between your legs so you can balance. And then up and down with your body. And then stepping forward. And then open to the side. Now you're open to the long side of the mat. And turn one foot out so it's pointing away and one foot forward. And now start to straighten and bend that front knee. So on that last one, the hips were rolling towards each other. Now the hips are rolling away from each other. This is a very good sequence for your low back. A lot of times tension in our low back comes from tightness in the hips. We're opening these girdles of muscle, fascia, ligaments, and tendons all throughout this area. So this is an energy pump. So what we do is inhale, the hands are in front of the heart, and as you exhale, spread them apart into the warrior pose, looking over your hands. Inhale, drawing energy back in to collect in front of the heart. And then exhale, bend the knee, go deep, straighten the hands, bend the front knee. Inhale, legs straighten like you're gathering in. Imagine it's an accordion here. Exhale, letting go into the full pose. Inhale through the nose, drawing energy to your center. Get a few going on your own, using that ocean breath to help you. And now hold that warrior pose. Flip the palms to the ceiling to relax the shoulders. Gaze is soft. Face is relaxed. Legs are strong. Breathe here. And then straighten. Ooh, let's step the feet in towards each other to give them a break before we go to the other side. Shake it out. And then open up first to that horse stance, nice and wide, sink down, and then turn that foot out, and the other heel slides back. Okay, so we're to the other side now. One foot pointing to the short end of the mat, the other foot pointing to the long end of the mat, or maybe a little turned in. Let the first few here find your spacing for your legs so that your knee can go right over the foot and your back edge of the back foot can stay connected to the earth. And then the energy pump. The warrior energy pump, this one is. So you inhale, energy comes in. Remember, it's always a flow and an exchange. Exhale, out it goes. Inhale, hands towards each other. Imagine you're condensing it into a ball. And then exhale, shooting it out your fingertips. We want maximum dynamic range of this energy. We don't want to collect and hold energy only. We also want to express. Inhale, straighten, hands come together. Exhale, bend the knee. Reaching for infinity on both sides of you. Do 5 or 10 on your own. Good. Now, hold that pose, sink down, flip the palms to the ceiling to relax the shoulders. Gaze is far away, nice and wide so you can see everything. Ocean breath, soft smile. Breathe here. And then when you feel ready, straighten up, turn the feet in, inch the feet together, and then step the feet together. Ooh, breathing in, let it out with a sigh. Collect the chi, inhale. Exhale, feeling your center. And then forward bend again. So bend the knees enough so that you can walk the hands down the leg to release the back. So you can stay on your legs. You could also reach for a chair or a windowsill for this one. Or you can let your head hang into the full dangling pose, keeping the knees soft. Hands up to opposite elbows. Ocean breath. Bend the knees and roll on up. Feeling, listening, and seeing within and without. Allow your awareness to be vast. And then let the feet be a little wider apart. We're going to put it all together now. Core, upper body, and lower body with the tiger pose. So this one's going to be a squat. So please only come down as far as is good for your knees. And it goes like this. We inhale, reach the hands up, like let your fingers trail the wrists. And then exhale, blow it out. Come into a squat as far down as you would like today, perhaps brushing the floor. And then inhale, press up. And make a sound. As you come down, think of the tiger energy. The hands lift up, and then it's tiger claws. Do 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 of these on your own at any pace you would like. Get into the rhythm. Use your whole body, your legs, your core, your breath. All are here. Okay. Pause if you'd like, or do a few more. If you're going for 50, you might do a few more after this class. And relax. Come to stillness. Let your body align vertically, ankles over the feet, knees over the ankles, hips, shoulders, head. You're a pillar, aligning heaven and earth, and both are alive in your heart. Feeling the vitality in your fingers, in your shoulders, in your neck, in your face. Notice that it's easier to smile now. Your core is alive. Thighs and hips are warmed up. Let the feet be just a little wider than hip width apart. And for the breath awareness meditation, practice yoking your mind to everything that's happening now, using the sensations, the feelings, the sound of your breath. We'll bring a dharana, a concentration practice, into these next few. So we're going to do holding up the sky. So we begin with the hands in front of the lower dantian, the lower energy center, like you're cradling something precious. And then as the breath flows in, the hands move up. And when they reach the area of the heart, they start to turn. And then they press up, keeping the elbows bent. So we're not going to straight arms. Okay, and then on the breath out, comes back down to the start position. It's a simple practice that we're going to use as a meditation. So the knees are soft, the feet are rooted to the ground, the shoulders are relaxed, so don't lift the shoulders. So the hands are holding this precious life force energy with the breath in Okay, turn up. You can look up. And then when the hands reach the top, pause the breath and pause the mind. And then exhale, the hands come back down. And when they reach the bottom, pause the movement, pause the breath, pause the mind. And then inhale. Look up, turn up, press up. You're elevating this preciousness. And then come on back down. Pause the movement, pause the breath, pause the mind. When it's time to breathe, don't hold the breath for too long, just for a beat or two. It's about the rhythm of the exchange, not about an extreme here. Keep the arms, hands, shoulders, neck completely relaxed. So it's fine to just come barely above your head. And you don't have to look up, you can also look forward. So get into this meditation now. Keep the knees soft. The core is lightly engaged, 10% energy. The feet are gripping the floor lightly, 10% energy. Holding the floor, anchoring yourself to this embodied experience on earth right now. Breathing through the nose. Notice if the mind is already saying, something else is more interesting. You can smile. That's a perfectly natural aspect of the mind to explore. And then you can say, for a few more here, let's pause the breath, pause the movement, pause the mind at the top and the bottom. I was saying that because that's what was happening for me. I was off in another universe. And here we go again. Re-establish your effort. Now, the next time the hands come down, let them cover each other right below the navel, and then bring the feet to touch, either with the heels touching or with the heels a little apart if that's easier for your balance. This one's called Bamboo in the Wind. And with this awareness meditation, you'll notice you can't be still, that there's movement always. So let your body rock and sway however it wants to. Don't try to be still. The bamboo can withstand the fiercest gale due to its deep roots and flexible spine. So be that. Feet connected to the deep earth. Upper body, spine, hips, flowing with what is. Eyes can be opened or closed. Listen and feel. And then let the feet separate a little bit. We'll close with centering. So either hand is palm up right where it was. And then the other hand with the knees soft. The other hand lifts up and you're drawing a line down, connecting your three centers. The upper center of mind and spirit, the middle center of heart, emotions, and the lower center of the body and vitality. And then the other hand lifts up. Imagine you're coaxing energy down through your centers to rest in this lower, in the palm at the bottom of your hand. You're feeling like a little bit at a time, guiding, inviting energy down from above, from the sky energy into your body. No strain anywhere. Mind, heart, body aligned, nourished, present. And letting your hands rest. Let's bring them up to the heart, carving your heart with both hands. Feeling your heartbeat. And then you can let one hand be open and the other hand close, pressing the fist into the palm. And we acknowledge all of the teachers that have gone before, sharing these wisdom, knowledge, practices with us. And we acknowledge each other joining this practice today. My heart is overflowing with gratefulness for each and every one of you to give me this opportunity to share with you. We are truly one. Thank you.